Spath is the September 11th, and we're here at a 5 cent, 10 cent table. I'm going to try this one more time. We've been trying to get things to work and stream, but we haven't had success. Rob Gabb is a friend of mine and a client, and he's not betting a true amount there. I think maybe he had ace king. He'll tell me later on. Currently testing to see if I'm broadcasting or streaming live. I had Rick Dent on the phone here earlier. I see if he's still around. He has not received an email yet, and he's going to be checking the GPL, Teach GPL stream, see if I'm online or not. Rob is getting very, very good at this raising now. He got a call from the button. He's got to be careful here, especially if he's got like pocket eights or a weaker hand that he's doing the raising. I like the raise. Now he's got another caller, and I think this person doesn't decide to come in. Let's put him on the ace king or ace queen here and hope he has it. He's going to bet with two opponents the whole pot. He wants them out right now. That tells me he might be a little weak. Got one. Usually if a person checks, they go out. Easy fold. Hey Rick, if you're there, you nothing streaming yet, is it?
Nope.
Tell you a story from the other night. I was playing 1-2 no limit hold'em at the casino. Got in a hand with ace 7 in the big blind. Flopped ace 7, 3 clubs. Bet, had a man stay. Another club came off. Not a large bet or anything. And then a 7 came on, an ace came on the end, gave me aces full of 7s. Gentleman bet. I went all in. He snap called me, turned over 10-6 of clubs for a straight flush to beat my full house of aces full of 7s for about a 210 loss for me. Luckily, day before yesterday, I was over at Maryland Live with one of my clients, and he got he flopped 4 threes, which is an instant bonus. And I am live, I understand, I am streaming, so that's good. Again, we're at a 5 cent, 10 cent table here at Full Flush Poker, and if you don't have an account, use AHR10 to get free $10 on your new account. Lots of promotions, lots of information available for you. Now, getting back to that live, he flopped 4 threes. It's an automatic $250 for him and $50 for everybody at the table. And if he had 20 hours prior to him getting that, playing cash, he got double, so he got $500. And the next hand, somebody had ace something and 3 aces flopped, and so he got the 250, but didn't have 20 hours. But we all got another $50 at the table, plus the winnings from about 3 hours worth of play. Was very good for me. I got made a nice tidy sum. Excuse me for the background. I got a Skype call that just ended, and I am going live here solo, and hopefully I'm still streaming. Rick is over in Australia, and it's late night for him. I appreciate him checking in. We lost Rob at the table. I don't know where Rob went to. Maybe he got the notice that I was broadcasting at his table and he didn't want me to point things out. I don't know. Rob seemed to have a really good seat there. I'd like to have his seat, but I can't switch it because of the broadcast and everything. Rick says that I have a clear, big time screen. Uh, Sharon Powers is in, so the message did go out, and she said the video won't work for her. She should probably go out and come back in. Uh, I'll just make a message to her here. Oh, she says it's going now, so that's good. Maybe it just takes a second to run in Canada. Uh, I'm only kidding, Sharon. I'm only kidding. So CB Swanson's in here too. That's good. I haven't seen her in a while, and I'll be giving her a free lesson here pretty quick. She's doing some bit of homework and studying some stuff I sent her, some material, and she'll be ready to go. But I know that she's hopefully spending time at YouTube on my channel, Al Spath, and have subscribed to me there. I appreciate anybody that's done that. Trying to get to 100. I'm at 75, so I got 4 or 5 days to go. My goal was to get to 100 by the 15th. Today is September 11th. I hope you take time out to remember those that gave their lives and those that unknowingly gave their lives that day at the towers, at the Pentagon, and on that plane that went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Um, and all those brave firemen and police officers that tried to help at Ground Zero and in the Pentagon that gave their lives and their families their loss. Cubs fan is here. Oh boy. I told him this year the Cubs would be a better team. They are. King 7 on the button's not a good hand, but you never know. If we get a bunch of limpers, we might take something away from them. Sharon, get on the list. Come on the table. It's a delay, so I won't know, but I'll try to guess what you got, and you can tell us in chat after the hand what you did have. Cato's many tables plays a crazy game of pushing, and he just doesn't do anything. Now I don't like all these limpers in here and everything. If I make it the pot, I think I'm going to get a lot of calls. If I make it a buck, I have a good chance of picking up 10, 20. Oh, got a call. 45 cents. I didn't want him calling because he's out of position, and the person out of position usually has a good hand. He calls. Um, that's probably a pair, maybe sixes or eights. Hey, Soft Top's in the house. Hi, Nigel. How are you? I think I got my finger caught in the cookie jar here at this one. I got King 7, unless I get a really good flop or a bad flop for them. I'm going to probably bet here about $2.50 if they don't bet. If they bet, I'm just getting out of the way. I've already lost $1. Let's see, about 250. That's the right 248. Now, if somebody comes over the top of me, I just have to give it up. But because I raised pre-flop, I win the pot. So there's a good example when you're playing to low limits. If you get passive with the King 7 and call like all the other limpers, L is for losers, limpers, L, then you're going to get beat up when the flop comes and you don't have anything. But if you raise or fold, you could fold there much easier than raise. I just raised to demonstrate I was trying to pick up the money either on the pre-flop or on the flop, which I did. You have a chance of winning. So raising is the way I want you to go and take those chances. Sharon's just watching for now. She won't be able to come to the table. That's okay. Um, Here I had a chance with 8-9 in late position to come in first. If I did, it would be for a pot size bet or maybe a little bit more. Maybe instead of 25 cents, it might have been 35 cents to put a little pressure on these people. But they called $1. I have to remember this. He called $1. He called $1. That's a lot of money at a 5 cent, 10 cent table. So I like to always tell you about little edges that you need to get. And one of the edges is noticing at the table who has how much money, who's a big stack, who's a small stack, what are they liable to do, big stack. in any particular hand. This guy is very, very loose. Jack 9 here, and he stayed. He seems to be pretty loose. 8-2 is not a hand I can play. As you all can see, and I hope many of you have told your friends about this, I do one table only. You're not going to catch me doing two tables for quite some time. Maybe I'll do it a little bit later on in the next edition, but I like you to have a big table to see. I like you to follow me and only me at one table so I can point out everything I can point out. I do it live. I don't edit anything. You hear my voice. You don't hear any distractions of or changes or anything in the background because I try to keep it straightforward and let you enter my mind on what I'm thinking and what maybe you should be thinking. There are some people out there that completely take a different line than I do, a different approach to poker. That's fine. Everybody does. I don't expect you guys to do exactly like I do. I want you to learn from me and learn what you should be thinking about and then make your own mistakes and make your own path. You might take a little bit what I do. You might take a little bit what somebody else teaches you or what you've read and then combine it to make you. Nobody can be me and nobody can be, somebody else. You have to be what you are and what feels comfortable to you. And a lot of players that or clients that come to me, they're not comfortable being more aggressive, for instance. So what I do in that case is I make them feel a little uncomfortable starting out, and I stretch them to, to out of their comfort zone, making them more aggressive, knowing when I'm not with them, they're not going to go that way, but they may go a little bit outside. It's like taking that. I've used that analogy before. You're taking a rubber band and stretching it, arm's length apart, and then letting it go. It never goes back to its original position. It's still stretched out a little bit. So each time I work with them, I try to stretch them more and more, knowing that when I'm finally finished, they're going to be, let's say the rubber band went from 1 inch to 4 inch. Then I stretched it all the way out to 10 inches, and it came back to a little bit over 4 inches, and then the next time a little bit more over 4 inches. Maybe by the time I'm done with them, they may be that rubber band might be a 6, 6.5. It's not a 10, but it's a 6, which is going to be plenty good for them to know when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. That's the best way I can describe it to you. Now, we have people on the opposite end of that spectrum that are very, very loose. And those are harder for me to work with because of the fact they don't show or they don't bring to the table the patience and discipline to not play hands. They want to be active. So what I try to tell them to do is to use some restraint, to show some patience and discipline, and why and how they can be more aggressive when they do play and then after the flop so they can win more hands. Those are the type of players that are true that when they tighten it up, they become instant winners. I mean, instant winners because they've been filtering and siphoning off all this extra money because they've been playing too many hands. For nickel, I'll just see the flop. I'm getting 9-1 on my money. Never know, you might flop top pair. I'm going to go for a check raise here. So, and those players wind up playing multi-tables because if they've got to play tight, then they have to play multi-tables to keep their minds occupied because they don't like to be sitting still too much. But I like to talk about the table and teach the table. It backfired on me in my check raise. I never did get to do it. So that's okay. I didn't expect to win anything off a 10-6 anyhow. And I'm not going to put another dime in this pot. It doesn't make sense. Somebody could have the straight and be slow playing it. Somebody could have two pair, anything. So I hope those of you that are following me, that subscribe to my YouTube channel and are following me at Twitch, it's Teach GPL. I appreciate you clicking on the heart. No, he only had the 9, but he still would have beat my 6. I might have got him out of there if I had come out betting, but he's very loose, and maybe with the ace-9, 2 overs to the board, he would have stayed. So I might have just thrown money at the wall there. If you have any questions, you can email me at alspath@alspath.com, or while you're in chat, you can put them up on chat. I'll be happy to answer them. I do private lessons on the side, and I do provide discounts if you use the word teach when you email me. Picked up a couple of new clients this week. One here in Maryland. Joseph. He's over at near Maryland Live, so it'd be fun to teach him online and then meet with him over at Maryland Live, which is about an hour from my house. Great promotions. If you flop a royal there, you get $2,500 or $5,000, and everybody at the table gets $500. So you got lots of good promotions going on there. It's a lot of fun. That's a very tough board there. King high takes it down. Okay, pocket four is not the best hand in the world, but if nobody raises, you better believe I'm going to raise, but I'm not going to raise 45. I'm going to make it 65. Uh-oh. Got to put a zero and a dot in front of it, don't I? 0.65. Let's do it that way. Nope, got me another call. I same got a call for $1. Patanga danga danga, what is his name? South Bend, Indiana now. I don't think he's got a 3 or a 2. Well, I still got my overpair. If he bets, I'm probably coming over the top of him. Yeah, I think he's got hearts maybe. I'm coming over. This guy might go all in. Doubt he has a 3. Let's see what they're made out of. I'm saying right now I got kings or queens, big pair. It's hard for 6s and 7s to call unless they have a small stack. He called with the draw and doesn't get there. Thank you very much. Nice pot with 4s, huh? Up to $17 from a $10 stake. Speaking of staking, I think that there are going to be a few sites out there that are going to be offering staking pretty soon. I know that GPL, which is the end of my Twitch name, GPL, it's a global poker league. They have a forum and they're going to be offering staking pretty soon. I think Dan, the Wise Dan, offers you can stake him as well. He broadcasts on Ace High Radio. Forgot to mention them. Ace High Radio is another place that I broadcast from. I need you to follow over on Ace High Radio, and I'll be having some special guests later this month. Well, it's time to raise again. I can't limp with that 10 jack. I bought the button. That's all I wanted, and I've got people out, got more people in, got my position. I'm going to take a follow-up bet here of 3/4 of the pot, and if they come over me, I get rid of it. If they just call, I'll take a free card on the turn, unless I catch my real card. Now, see, that's a bad card. If he stayed, he's got an ace. Now, I'm going to take the freebie here. And no king, no bet. No doubt he had the ace. It's all right. That happens. Most of the time, I'll throw that 10 jack away. I'm trying to demonstrate, and a lot of times on these videos, I'll do some things and I'll point out. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but I do it because I want to illustrate to you the way to play it if you did do it. Most of the time, 10 jack, I was a little bit far from the button. I'd probably throw that away there. If it was suited, I would do the raising. But for you starting out, building a bankroll, just throw it away in that position there. If you're on the button first in, no question. Same with this one, in early position. Just get rid of it. I can't see him not calling there. When you bet a certain amount and let one person call, that just invites other people into call. Now look at this flop. What you need to do every time you're not in a hand is still watch what's going on in the betting. Look at the texture of the flop. You see two clubs, you see 5, 6, you see the two. Somebody could have three, somebody could have the four. But then you say to yourself, well, wait a minute. It was raised. Who would be coming in here with a 3, 4 or something? Maybe 3, 4 suited, sure. But maybe somebody played pocket sixes, pocket deuces, pocket fives, ace four or ace three suited. You have to think of all the different combinations. And then, of course, there's people with overcards or overpairs to that board. I don't like the 40-cent bet by Cubs fan. He's kind of like seeing where he was at. Um, I think he's still going to go light here. It probably or check. Yeah. Now this guy should definitely bet, and he did. He only bet half, and that's not really a great bet. There's the real winner. And oh, all of a sudden, Cubs fan says he's got pocket jacks. No, pocket sixes. And Jack 2 goes down. Well, he had a set. He checked it. That was pretty cool of him. Nice play. Nice play. Didn't see the sixes. I tell him, nice play. Ron Santo, that's a third baseman who used to play for the Cubs. He's in the Hall of Fame now. Had diabetes, actually. Lost his legs and everything prior to that. Oh, I guess we'll have to see a flop here. Now we don't. Seat open if anybody that's on the Twitch wants to come sit at the table. Haha, Glenn Beckett fan. I'm going to fold here. I'm just going to call. This is a time where I'd like somebody to raise me there. Sometimes I'd like to get in there with them, even though I'm out of position with the 10-9. They never suspect I have anything. I'm going to let him chance to bet this. See if he'll put another 10-cent in. Does he believe me? He believes me. So we got 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5, 6 players. Got 1 out, 2 out. I got them sitting out. Uh-oh. I don't like it when a whole bunch of people leave at the same time. It's almost like they were colluding with each other. You have to watch for things at the table. That's why I always go around and look to see if, you know, there's any similarities between uh, people that are at the table, you know, cities and things like that. The other day I was at the table, I had 4 people from Brooklyn. That's suspicious to me. And I tell them, and they said, well, Brooklyn's a big uh, city. And I said, well, yeah, but this is a small site. I don't care how big the city was. We're just talking baseball in chat. All right, I like this hand. I like this hand a lot. These are the kind of hands that win you a lot of money. Now, somebody comes in for a raise, I'm not too happy with it usually. But if I'm first in, I'm raising with it. And I just discount anybody that's limping in front of me. That's right. Gracie was a good player. See, I put a lot of pressure on Cato here. He's either going in or fold. He's just not. I don't think he's calm. He hates to give up a dime. He's done. You can win money without cards. You can win money with cards. It's up to you. I recommend that you just take the money that's out there, and if they want to give it to you, just take it. Sure, I got caught once today already, but oh what? That was a buck. Still up $7. Ooh, that would have been a nice flop for me, but I didn't care to play the king three. I don't recommend you if you're bankroll building playing hands like that. You have to have a lot of skill post flop and getting away from a hand. It can get very expensive. Remember, when you're drawing, you're always an underdog. I mean, most of the time you're an underdog, unless you flop an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw, and you have like 15 outs, and you have a 60% chance of winning. You're still behind in a lot of cases. You may have the percentages on your side, but if you don't have a pair, you might be behind any pair that's out there. So draws in tournaments or in cash games will siphon chips faster than anything else. Glad to see that the email went out and alerted some folks today. Hey, Ghost Dog 888. I don't know where you're from or when you signed up or when you started following, but thank you very much. Tell some others. And also, Ghost Town at YouTube, I mentioned earlier, if you go up there and Al Spath, I'll put it in chat, Al Spath, SPATH. If you follow me at YouTube and subscribe there, it's free. I have playlists made of nickel dime, 10 cent, 25, 25, 50, 51. I did a heads up this morning against a person over at True Poker. So I got about 5 heads up matches over there. I hope to get 10 by the end of next week so people can evaluate themselves my style of playing somebody heads up. Some of them are only a minute and 20 seconds because they didn't give us much chips, like 800 starting chips, but see, there's a lot of splashing going on. But today it was 1,500 chips. It was very fair. Again, I also broadcast on Ace High Radio. Be sure to follow over there. I'm going to have some special guests later this month and next month. Ed Miller's agreed. Steve Daneman's agreed. Matt Savage has agreed. Um, Cowboy Kenneth James has agreed. Donna Blevins has agreed. And I'll get a lot more because in the industry, I edit books for poker players and I worked on other shows and I work with other people. And so it's not hard for me to reach out and ask them to come on in. I see WTF one outer just sat down. That tells you a little bit about what kind of a player he is. Sometimes you just got to stay out of the fray. We got 2 people sitting out. We got 2 seats empty, so we're playing 6-handed. Oh, great. What's your first name, Ghost Dog? Do I know you by any other name? Thank you. And tell us the people that are watching. I'll read it if you want, but the people that are watching this video do not see the chat. But if you want to tell me in chat what you like or don't like about my videos and uh, how many you've looked at, and tell us about your journey in poker. You know, where you started or where you're at right now. And you know, a lot of people are just starting out online. They don't like online. They're suspicious about it, but it's a great place to see lots of hands and practice lots of different techniques at the table. So I find it very, very engaging. I would have made a straight here With my 7-5, I chose not to play it. I would have probably dumped it pretty soon after the pocket sixes arrived anyhow. First thing I think of is I got 5-3. I'm in a small blind. I'm out of position. I'll call the nickel if there's money in the pot, but I wouldn't call anything else more than that. I'm going to test something out. I'm going to type test timing. I'm going to put test timing on delay in the chat. I'm going to put it and see what minute comes up on it. And then you guys in chat tell me when you hear me say the words test timing on delay. See how long that is from the time I put this in chat. I don't know if Ghost Dog 88. No, I don't think that's a little Skippy. So I'm on the button. I've got a hand that's not very good. If it would have came around to me with a bunch of limpers, my choice is to fold it there or raise with it, and I didn't like it. If it was really a quiet table and there was 5 or 6, I might have just called for the dime to see if I could flop 2 pair or 2 6s or something like that. So this was a good raise by Mr. Firk from Scarsdale, New York. I'm from Mount Vernon. He'll know where that is. Oh, Ghost Town says they played a lot of pro stars, but I suck. Tried some 50 no limit, but ran bad, so just messed around with the micro stakes. Slowly winning a bit. Trying to learn some stuff watching your stream. Well, I thank you very much. I'm so glad. I hope it's helping you because you're seeing it live, not editing or anything like that. He's from the UK, and I don't know him. Um, there's another guy on here from the UK. He's off right now. Soft top 666. I don't think he's still in the room. That's Nigel. He's from the UK, and he's good folks. I'm glad to have you in here. Listen, if you go to that playlist on YouTube and just sort them out, they're all sorted by nickel dime and 10 cent 25 and 25. Just go through them. You're going to hear me say a lot of things and just take it to the bank, just build that bankroll. Start to win. We'll get you back up to that 50 cent no limit and you crush it. You do the work, you'll be there. And then if you want some written lessons, I got 7 of them that I'll send to you. Just email me at alspath@alspath.com and I'll send them to you. You can read them and you get a good foundation to go with all these videos. And I won't charge you anything for it. alspath@alspath.com. Just say written lessons in it. Now I got kings and this Cubs fan has raised. I'm going to re-raise him the pot. No, actually I'm going to re-raise him $1.20, 3 times his bet, because I don't want anybody else in. And if he's got the aces, he's going to take all my money. I'm that shallow that I'm not going to lose my money here to him if he bets. I don't mean I'm a shallow person. I mean money is not much. He could have the aces. I'm going to check this back to him, thinking that I've got ace king. I want him to believe I don't think he's got 4s or 3s here. I'm going to check it back and give him the green light to bet the net. Oh, Alan just made a big mistake. Look out. Huge mistake. Still giving him a chance. I think he's got jacks or queens. I'm going to check only because I want to show you if my read is right. I'm going to put him on jacks, queens, or queen, king. No, jacks or queens. Oh, he didn't have either. He had a lousy hand. He could have bet that ace when I came out and put me to the test, though. But I was trying to give him a green light to bet if he had an underpair, but an overpair to the board, but an underpair to my kings. So I was trying to trap. Sometimes they blow up in your face, but it's good that you see that live. You get to see that even strategies sometimes can backfire on you if you don't load the gun properly. It might just blow a hole in your nose. He'll think I gave him a break on that one, and maybe he'll cut me slack on another hand. I'm going to ask everybody to do me a favor real quick. I'm going to put up my Skype screen. Somebody try to. I want to see if it records. So in the next minute and a half, when you get this message from me, just tell me if it ever came up on the screen or not. I'm going to do it as soon as they deal the cards here. Okay, here we go. All right, I just did it, and you need to just let me know if that happened or not. All right. Now I better put my status to. Well, this is a bad hand anyhow. Let's see what we got in here. We got, oh, little Skippy is in here now. Okay. I just left him a message, then I couldn't Skype with him right now. Again, I'm Teach, and I'm Teach GPL at Twitch. You can follow me there, or on YouTube, it's Al Spath. Sat with 10. Goal is always to double up, but in this case, I'm going to get greedy. I want to get to 25 or 30. Those of you that think you can't make any money down here at the nickel dime, Sharon, which is SL Powers, she was in here just the other day and she left, sat with 10, left with 35. There was a guy at the table when Rob Gagg was at the table the other day and he left with 75. And one person the other day was up at $90. I don't know how many hours that they've hung out or anything like that, but just think what you can win at the 10 cent, 25 cent table if you can win that much at the 5 cent, 10 and on up the chain. If you know what you're doing and you get some luck, sometimes you have to have a little luck. Well, I'll pay the nickel here. He'll think I don't have an ace by paying. I could have raised him, but so that's all right. So I'm going to call here. I'm going to act like I don't have nothing, which I don't have anything. But now I'm going to bet like I have the jack. If he doesn't have the jack, it's hard for him to stay. So he says he has the jack. I'm going to lie again and go over him again. It's a matter of who believes who. I won't show him. I don't want to embarrass him. I like the 3-4 suited. His big mistake on that hand was raising me a min raise. That was the big mistake he made. I'm going to bet here. He can't stay if he doesn't have a heart. So you notice a lot of times I win just betting hands that normally people wouldn't bet and following through and eliminating opponents. They're getting tired of my pot size raises. We're only playing 5-handed. This session might end pretty abruptly here, but I'm not sure that if we get a couple of players in, if these sitting out people don't get lifted. It all depends. They can't think I'm getting a good hand every time, so they know that I'm bluffing. Although you've seen it, the cards aren't that bad. He's going to call. Nope. Free money, free money, free money. Damn. And now he's sitting out, so now we're playing four-handed. They're getting tired of me raising every pot, I'll tell you that. Someone's going to play back at me or pick up an ace king or an ace queen here. There it is. Eventually it came, but king jack four-handed, you got to play it. I'm not going to call him because I'm out of position to him and everything else. Cato's back now. Maybe. He decided to wait for the big blind. They're going to think I'm raising everything. They might just fold it to me. That's the way you win money when you don't have to bet. Image. Image, image, image. My image is I'm loose and aggressive. And everybody here that knows, I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I loose or am I solid aggressive? I like the term solid aggressive. I usually have something when I do it. I usually have nothing. I think this is a steal. I'm going to call here and hope for flop of six. That is too many overcards. He probably has the ace king. He's going to show it. Ace queen. Okay. That's respect for the kings. When I beat him a little while ago. I was just setting mine in there. I set mine against a person that has enough money to pay me 10 times the amount of the bet. So his bet was $4, 45 or something like that. I bet at that time because that's 10 times that is 450. If I hit my six there and he hits this ace queen or something, I might get 10 times my money back. That's why you set mine. You don't set mine against Cato, who's all in here. Oh, talk about luck. Oh my God. Terrible hand. That's the way he plays, though. I've illustrated that on many videos. He's an all in or nothing kind of guy. That's an easy fold. Ace rag is a fold, folks. If you're on the button, you want to raise first in, that's a different story. Or if somebody limps in front of you, you want to raise with it, that's okay late. But most of the time, it's just garbage. Toss it in the trash. That doesn't mean that you can't win with ace four. It doesn't mean that right now three aces or an ace four or two fours are going to flop. Is that the odds of it are going to flop and be win or very bad? What's the odds of a 2, 3, 5 flopping? So I would hit a four. I think I read in Super System you're with any two cards like that, you're 17 to 1 to hit a pair. So you're going to hit a pair quite a lot. Again, I did a heads up battle with somebody today over True Poker. I posted that online, both on Facebook and up on YouTube this morning. Hope you'll check it out. Very easy to fold. Remember I told you before I went on to change seats to go over here. This is where Rob Gagg was, and he was winning, and the seat was paying off. Sometimes the RNG does that. It gives certain seats, for some reason, good cards or cards that hit, and it gives some people good cards that always get crushed. It's just weird the way it works. I don't think it's a conspiracy, but everybody says, well, it's a random number generator. Well, yes, it is, but somebody built it. Somebody programmed it. Good bet. Good win. I don't think there's any reason for me to want to play a hand like this. There's just nothing in it. I know Doyle won the World Series of Poker twice with a 10-2. The first two he won, and then he won with 10-3 against Chang a couple of years later, maybe a couple of years ago, before he really slowed down his playing days. Doyle in an interview once told me, because he used to come to our Victory Poker, we were in Doyle's room at that time, he had a skin, and he'd come to our events over in the Orleans Hotel when we all got together. About 45 of us came in live from all over the world, and we enjoyed. He came over on his birthday, in fact, this one day, and this one girl wasn't playing, and she couldn't afford to play for some reason, and he took her over to Subway. It was just that was the closest thing to the poker room there, and he bought her lunch and he gave her $100 chip, and he said, "You don't sit out the next one." That was really nice of him to do that, and it was just great talking with him. But he said that the people online have such an advantage over the people from his era because they used to go from town to town, look for games and play, and they never saw the amount of hands that you see online, uh, and so in a matter of months, you could see as many hands as he may have seen in years, and you learn from that. His bet at 15 cents told me he didn't really have anything. He may have had a king of spades. I'm gonna say, see, king or jack of spades. Let's see if he's truthful. He won't lie to me because I'm pretty honest with him. Okay, again, you have to realize how many people were playing, a wider range of hands to play. That's not one I can play. Zabar came back, so now we're back full strength at 7 of the people that are here. He had the king. See if I can get him into the room. I chatted with him at the table, told him to follow me over at Twitch TV. So again, the whole thing is boring at times when you're playing poker. If you get hands and you get positioned, you make the bets, you make the raises, but most of the time you just sit back and let other people do it. Now, so Killadonk just came back. You never can sit with $45 at a $10 table. That was a nice bluff. I didn't even eat straight. So he was here before and he got lifted, but to come back within a half an hour, you have to sit with the same money you left. Cato sitting out again, yet again. Neither one of them wanted to post. So we're playing 5-handed. A7 is a big hand here. Um, not as big as I would want it, but playing 5-handed, it's equivalent to ace-10. I don't like the limp there. Remember, if the blind calls, they usually have a good hand because they're out of position. So I didn't like the limp, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I can't limp with Queen Jack. Two painted cards. I don't like them, but heck, if I'm going to throw them away, I might as well stop playing poker. 5-handed. I'm going to get some calls. I'm going to have to get a perfect flop. What's the perfect flop? 8, 9, 10. Close. I got 5 opponents. I am not continuation bet when I have nothing and they got something. That board is connected. It's colorful. It's wet. It's nasty for me. If there was a 9 there instead of the 6, I'd be in this hand because I'd have the open ender. And then we lost Cato and the Green Hornet. Don't like these bets. These are weak bet. These are people that are trying to get hands of connectors, suited cards, pairs, small pairs, ace X suited. They're all trying to see the flop cheap. So they're giving away their hand. And this guy, he's doing the right thing. Cubs fan is doing the right thing. Punish the limpers. So you're getting to see a shorthanded table today. Normally you don't get to see. I'm going to call for a nickel for 40 cents, 35 cents. You never know when you get lucky for a nickel. That's why you don't limp. You don't let people like me get in there and get a possible draw. I'm not staying, but there's a lot of people that get this king here. They're just gunning and running. Usually you get sucked out with a hand like ace 10. I think he's got to bet this. If penny checks, he's got to bet. Let me ask you folks in chat real quick on the chat screen. I'm going to do something to the chat screen. I'm going to flip it and see who's in it. Does it show you that way, or do you just see the chat screen? Because I see Ghost Town, Little Skippy, P. Lindy, SL Powers, and Soft Top but it shows all their names. Oh, I wanted to play this King Jack, and P. Lindy's in their house. P. Lindy, if I know you're at work, if you're out in California or it's early in the morning, jump in this table here and then stay on the Twitch so that you can. There's a delay. Just tell us what you had, and let me see if I can guess your hands. And don't try to just throw me off because you're trying to screw with me. P. Lindy is a former client of mine out in California. He's done very well online at Full Flush. He's made thousands of dollars of withdrawals already. He's gone and played live and locally, and he's won money there, and he's won money up in Vegas as well. So very proud of Phil and his journey so far. And he's welcome at my table or at my house anytime. This week on Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to do a group Skype presentation where everybody at the table is going to be from our group, and they're going to be on Twitch with me, and they're going to be live, and they're going to be talking, and we're going to talk about our hands. Oh, I would hit that 8. And I'm on a lot of money there. So if you're interested in that, about 10 minutes to 10, I'll start calling people up on the Skype that want to be in and ready to play. Hey, Baller. Hey, how did you find us, Baller? That's great. I'm glad you're in here. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. Phil says he wouldn't screw with me. Yeah, you're right. Al Spath on YouTube, and just subscribe over there. It's free, and I've got a ton of playlists made where you can go on the nickel dime, you can go on the 10 cent 25 on up, and you can learn from me. I'm going to teach a good foundational, solid aggressive style play, not loose aggressive, solid aggressive. You're going to have a good hand, you're going to have good position, you're going to make the right bet, you're going to look at other people making and interpret their bets and see if it's a weak bet or if it's a strong bet. You're gonna try some advanced strategies a little bit later as we move on up. I'm just gonna fold here. We're playing 6 hand. I could have raised there with ace 9, but I'm just talking too much right now. But Baller, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you found us, and where do you play, and what do you play, and things like that. I'm very interested in anybody new that comes to the table. All these sessions that I Twitch, all the sessions that I record and I put up on YouTube are available for anybody at any time. They're all free. I do offer private coaching on the side. If you use the word teach, when you email me at alspath@alspath.com, I'll discount 25% off the first 2 lessons if that's what you like. And we'll deal with your problems and find the leaks and holes in your game in short order and get you winning. You'll win a lot of money online. Thanks, and well, I appreciate that. Knowing that you're going to subscribe over there and tell some friends. I'm all about teaching the other people that are in here in chat will tell you all the time that, oh, there's a nice hand by the Cubs fan. Where did Rob Gagg go? He's giving up a seat that's red hot. Folding. We got P. Lindy on the board here. He had King 6 that last hand, not this hand. There was a delay. Like I say, I did. If you go to YouTube or even my Facebook page, I'll put the name in. You can. I've posted the heads up. It'll take you right to the YouTube heads up match I did this morning and recorded. P. Lindy had ace deuce that last hand. Now it's going to cost me a dime. This guy only made it 20 cents. And this guy called, so it's going to dime for 50 cents. I'm going to call the dime. I know I'm out of position. I know I got really bad cards, but sometimes you just might get lucky, or sometimes you might just be able to bluff it. He checked, so it's very rare that he has something here. Fire again, another bullet. I just started playing Poker for Money at the end of July. I deposited $10 per poker and ran it up to 100 so far. I'm mainly cashing in big tournaments, however, I mainly play cash. Well, Alan's got 2 jacks now. He had a lonely ace. He had a lonely ace. He should have got out a long time ago, donk. Kill a donk. Okay. Oh, I found Twitch. He's been playing over party poker. He deposited 10, ran up to $100 so far playing tournaments. Very nice, baller. Team baller. Let's get on that team. All right. 2-cent, 4-cent right now. I'm thinking of moving over to Poker Stars though. I don't know if there's a good move or not. Hey, wherever you're winning is where you should stay. If you feel comfortable with the software, feel comfortable with the bonuses. I don't think Party might give you bonuses. I don't think PokerStars gives you crap, so I wouldn't move over there. You come to full flush here, and listen, I'll bankroll you right now. Come to full flush, download it today, and use AHR10. AHR, that's Ace High Radio, and follow them, by the way, over here on Twitch, Ace High Radio. But you get $10 in your account automatically. See if you can build that up. That'll be my challenge to you. Take the 10 and see if you can build it up. It's free. Take it. Come to full flush. But love to have you over here. Love to have you go through my videos. And you got to get yourself out of the 2-cent, 4-cent. Okay, you got to get to at least nickel dime. You'll hear me say it in my other videos. That's where you got to be. Oh, P. Lindy got felted there a little bit, but had ace king in that hand. I'll be right back. You can hear some quiet. I'm going to time out at the table because I got to go to the restroom. Well, it's official, everybody. That's the first flush I went for today. Tight ass. Uh-oh, I missed something here. What did Killer Don say? Nice hand douchebag to somebody? That's not nice. Was it P. Lindy or who got that win? Cubs fan, three of a kind, queen high. Oh my God. The Cubs fan took his money and left. Big winner today. He must have been like $45, $50. So Rob Gagg missed out when he plays this tape. Every time I say that, he's going to be hitting the side of the head saying, Al told me about that. But he probably had to go somewhere. He's a coach, hockey coach up in New Hampshire. P. Lindy raises here with the 25 cents. I think he's probably got either a King 10, King Jack. He'll post it here in a couple seconds. Maybe a small pair. He missed and he didn't follow up. But he's got pocket kings. He's trying to get Kimbrough to go. Maybe it was last 10 he had the kings. I'm not sure how far the delay is. Oh, you lost, Phil. Oh, I thought for sure he had a 3 or a 5 and you were toast. Oh, attaboy. You got, woo. And that was Cub fan seat. It's changing now. Good one there, kid. Phil is a client of mine that I've worked with over the years. Last year, anyhow, doing really well. We're playing six-handed again. This is more of a short-handed table than a full table this morning. I don't have any cards. I can't play. So now we're down to 5. So this may break apart pretty soon, and so the video or the streaming may stop for now. We'll just see. If it gets down under 4, I think everybody will start bailing out, and Phil and I are not going to pay the rate to stick around either. I would have made a flush on this one. I know, Al. What are you throwing away winners for? Oh, here comes somebody else in. Doctor Doc or Doctor Douche from Most Star. $4 tells me what kind of player he is. Somebody sits with $4 doesn't have a big bankroll, or they're a hit and run specialist. They sit with a little bit. They like to get in all in against somebody, double up, and get the hell out of here. So I always look for anything. Oh, that's an easy fold for me. Baller, yeah, I played my first tournament ever and won first out of 230 players, $36. I want to move up to 10 cents, but I need to build my bankroll at least $1.50, 150. Where are your videos? All on YouTube? Yeah, they're all up on YouTube. And click once you get to Al Spath, 2 words, Al Spath, ALSPATH. Then if you don't have a YouTube account, you have to log in and create one. It's free, and then go to my Al Spath channel and then hit playlist where you see playlist, and then everything is in order there. All the nickel dime, all the 10 cent, 25. There's I think I did number 37 this morning, and this will be 38 videos, and they're all available for you to look at. Please comment, please share with friends, please subscribe to the channel. Like I say, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the 15th. I'm at 75 right now. Just started this month, so just hoping the numbers increase and more people get access to it, because I think a lot of people want to hear exactly what the thoughts are through a poker player's mind when they're at the table. They don't want to hear or see a hand and then have the person take them through it after the fact. I think the pressure of making the play within a certain amount of seconds and not editing the video is more realistic to those that are viewing than the way other coaches present. If you agree with me, Phil had to go. He had a customer come in. He sells insurance. He's got a good, sweet deal. This guy's an insurance agent, and he's hooked up to all the car dealerships in San Diego. And whenever they get a new person in that they're going to buy a car but they don't have insurance, they give him a buzz, and he gives them a quote and gives them insurance before they can drive out of the lot. So he's a smart man, running a good business, and I wish him well. But anyhow, getting back to the videos, if you play them and you listen and you concentrate on what I'm saying about position, about the size of a bet, like this bet right here. This little stupid bet that he made here. This is an improper bet. You don't bet 20 cents here. Now, there are some guys that don't do that with a big hand, but more doubtful. He's just trying to build a pot with a hand like ace nine suited or pocket sevens or even queen jack suited or something like queen 10 suited. Those are the kind of hands that. Now, this guy's calling here, so look at the texture of the flop. What could he have? He either has the queen, he has the eight, he may have 9 10 or 10 jack, and he has a gut shot straight draw. And then this guy gives him a free card here. And he didn't hit a damn thing, and we won't find out about him. But that was a 20-cent bet. I told you it was an improper bet. He had a bad hand. And look what happened. He lost. So, if you listen to my videos, you'll hear me over and over and over, like you're hearing me this morning. I'm going to point those things out to you so that when you're playing at the table, it's like Al's on your shoulder, and he's saying to you, look, suspicious bet. This is not a good 5 beta kappa bet. Let's see if he has ace 5 suited or something like that. Sell by his bet here. 65 cents. That it means he bet the pot. He doesn't want to call it. In my opinion, he has the ace with a bad kicker. That's how I interpret it. if he had a good hand here, he would have bet 45 or 50 cents. Easy fold. Hey, we got some new people in the house. Beth99HWK, great. Tell some other folks about my channel and please follow. I also broadcast from Ace High Radio. All right, Ace High Radio. You need to follow there because when I do broadcast from Ace High Radio, I'm going to have in the next month Ed Peters. I'm going to have Cowboy Kenneth James. I'm going to have Steve Daneman from finished second in the World Series main event. I'm going to have Donna Blevins. I'm going to have Matt Savage, tournament director. They're all going to come into and do some interviews and take some questions from you guys. So you want to follow me here. I teach GPL, but also at Ace High Radio. And of course, subscribe up at YouTube. I appreciate that very much. But I plan on having a lot of people from the industry in. Now, see, that bet's not a good bet. I don't have anything here. But I'm going to check raise him. See? See? Hey, thanks, Bob. Appreciate you subscribing to the Al Spath channel. And I got tons of stuff there to teach people. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching poker for 25 years. I was a dean over at Poker School Online. I'm going to fold here. But you saw me just take that guy's bet away from him and take that pot. I didn't have anything at all. I let him bet an improper amount, and then I just stole it from him. But you got to know when to do those kind of things. Now I pick up a good hand with the ace king. I'm probably going to get some action. Now see, bad bet. Bad bet. If I go pot, that's not enough. I'm going to go $1. I'm going to make them put another 80 cents in this pot. If they don't, I'm going to take the 55 cents that's out there. I don't have anything but 2 cards. I don't have a pair. No, well, if you watch my videos, you'll see 10 cent 25. You'll see 25.50. You'll see 51 $1. So I want them out right now. Of course, if they come over the top of me, see, that's a continuation bet. I knew they didn't have anything. They didn't bet. One guy bet 20 cents. The other guy called. That's advertising your weakness. Now he's advertising a little bit of strength, but again, this is that mini bet. This is another mini bet over this bet. It's not that strong. If I had a big hand like Ace King, I would go 90 cents over this guy right here. Trey. Good bet, but it's not big enough. It's going to go all in here, folks. Zap. You've heard of Zappo for shoes online? This is going to be Zappo poker. I told you, it's going all in. And the race is on. He doesn't want a queen now. Queens hold up. See, ace king, like I had before, it's just two cards. You need to help. You need to hit something. Against a pair is going to beat you. A pair of deuces is going to beat you. Bad bet. I'm betting the pot. The pot is 5, 10, 10. That's 25, and I would have bet 10 cents myself. So that's 35 cents. That's what the pot button does. 35 cents. Now I've got position. He's got 360, and he just got beat up. 3/4. For 3/4 or a pot. You're not going anything less than that, folks. Okay, he told me. I asked a question. He answered it. I drop it. He's got the queen or he's got spades. I don't have anything. I don't have to compound it and prove how macho I am by calling him and trying to suck out of him. Hey, baller, no, I don't play professionally. I play locally in all the casinos here in Maryland. I've got a disability from 24 years in the Air Force. I have a back issue and a neck issue, so I can't sit at the table for long, but I can go over for 3, maybe 4 hours, play cash. Really can play a short tournament, but not long tournaments. Um, if I was playing professionally, I'd be playing probably up at Atlantic City or Vegas, and I'd be playing 7 stud high. Not to be a shock to you, but I like playing the 10, 20, and the 20, 40 up. It's a limit game up at, and on that, it's a high game, not the high low. And I love teaching it. That's my favorite game to teach. I love to put players on cards in their hands, and I can almost get it down to not only the cards but the suits they have. Those of you that are in here that have seen me can attest to it. So I do group training sessions free. I do teach privately for money, but I do teach group. I think I'm having one this Sunday, in fact, at 10 o'clock Eastern time. If you get on my Skype, and my Skype name is al.spath, and if you enter that and ask to be a contact, I'll invite you in. You don't have to even play at the table. You can just listen and learn free for about 90 minutes. You would pay a lot of money for that, but I do that once or twice a month, and I'm doing it this Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern time. About 10 minutes to 10, I'll probably start calling people into the call. You can't call me. I have to put you into the group call. And then all the people that are at the table that we're going to do this with, they all agree to show their cards because it's all of us. So we talk about the hands, not while they're in progress, other than, look at that bad, look at that. What does that mean? No, but we record it too. So it's a good session. You can go up on YouTube and find one of those group sessions that I did a couple weeks ago and listen in. We did a 6-player tournament. So I've been hovering around the $19 to $21, $22 mark. I think this is about as high as I've got. Um, I would say this is probably over an hour right now. So normally I would tell you guys, if things are kind of leveling out and you're not winning, but you won $10, $12 like I did, get off the table, go take a break, come back after a half hour. You can sit with 10 again and try it again, or go to another table. But bank it. You got to build the bankroll. Get off. Don't get caught in a hand where you give it all back. So I'm going to post the blinds here, and I'm going to go once more around the table. And then when it gets back to me, that's going to be it for today on this broadcast. But I'm happy to answer your questions here, or if you can email them to me at alspath@alspath.com. And if you want my written lessons for cash, I will send them to you free, and hopefully it'll help your game. And there's 1 through 7, page and a half each. If interested. I write like I speak. I explain it. I make it simple. I don't use the HUD. I don't teach poker tracker. I teach people how to play and make reads without using any of that stuff. If you're going to be playing online, you want to invest in that and you want to get you a coach that can teach you that. Somebody like Dave Romer over at Poker Stars or somebody like that. But for me, I teach it without it because I want you to be observing everything that's at the table. For instance, I'm going to give you all a test right now. Close your eyes and keep them closed for 5 seconds. Keep them closed. Don't open them up after 5 seconds. Now tell me right now how many people are above $12 sitting at the table without looking, and see if you get it right. And how many people are below $2? I don't have a scheduled baller on the streaming. I just do it when I can, but it's mostly mornings. Have a wife and usually busy in the evenings watching TV or something like that. So it's usually during the day that I stream. Occasionally I'll be doing it at night, probably when I have my guests on Ace High Radio. And of course you should follow at Ace High Radio too. Then I'll probably do evenings. If you follow me over on Facebook, it's Allen, Allen Spath, then I'll announce it there when I'm getting ready to go streaming, and as well, you'll get a message that way. But otherwise, if you follow me here, you'll get an email saying, but I don't have any set schedule at this time. BF99HWK, I'd love to know where you're from and how you found us. Thank you so much. Again, I'm going to just be staying one more loop around the table. Then I'll put this video up. It'd probably take about an hour for it to process and publish. I did put up another heads up this morning. That takes a lot less time. There's another winning nut flush to that seat. I hope everybody enjoyed this today. As always, I always enjoy it, especially if I cash. That's the whole goal. You're seeing it live, so I can't show you that I lost because you would see that. I mean, I can't make it up. You saw me sit if you came from the beginning with the $10, and that's the way it goes. You'll love I think it's number 23. It might be 23 or 26. All my videos are numbered over there, but either 23 or 26 is a really fun one. It's a 10 cent, 25 cent. I sit with $25 max. I bet a guy. My guy bet me. Oh, the ace is gonna chop it or win it. He bet me I couldn't get to $100 in 90 minutes. If I did, he'd give me $100. If I didn't, I had to give him 25. Anyhow, you'll have to see how it turns out, but it's a fun video. Lots of hands to see and everything. Of course, I'm going to disrespect the limp here. He's going to call, though. He put 10 cents in. He's probably going to call. I don't think he's going to come over the top of me. He's going to now think I've got the ace because I'm going to bet the pot. And he should fold. But he stays, so he hits something here. So what could he have hit? Maybe he has a king, queen, queen, or a king, jack, or something like that. But I've got to convince him here. That's barreling. You fire the first barrel, you fire the second barrel. If that don't work, you fire a third barrel, depending on the texture of the flop. If you're playing cards like this thinking, oh, wait, I may get a straight, or I may hit 8-4, I may hit flush, you're probably wasting your money. That's a leak in your game. It can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's probably a leak in your game. So I got to 24. My goal was 25. It was 20 to start, and then I reset it to 25 to 30. So if I need to get another dollar here to get to my goal. Let's say I played an hour and I won $14 an hour, and I played 4 hours a day, 4 different hours during the day. And let's say I averaged $12, not 14. Let's say I averaged $12 or 50 cents. Let's go 12.50. So that would be $50. If I played 5 days a week, 4 hours a day, I'd win $250. That's $1,000 every 4 weeks. That's not a bad revenue stream, playing nickel dime. Now think about that if you're playing 10 cent 25, or think about that if you're making 25.50, and if you can bring down, you know, $20 a session, double that amount. You see what I'm getting at? There's money to be made. 2% of all the players are winning players. You heard it here first. Between 2 and 2.5%. I'll give it a little bit more. But what does that mean? If there's over 100 million players, 2.5, that's over 2 million players that are successful. There's a lot of losers out there. The winners are always the rake in the house because they're taking, no matter who wins the hand, they're taking a piece of the pie. But if you're not taking your piece of the pie at the table, then something's wrong. I see this guy here, Mark, 1967. I got a little note on him. Loose, calls with connectors, out of position. So you should put notes on people. This guy was here earlier. Again, I got one hand to go, which is the next hand, and then I'll be turning off the stream. I want to thank you all. Yeah, baller, but listen, when you multi-table, those that multi-table would win more, but a pair of jacks. Gonna have to do the pot. I can't do anything else. Sometimes when you multi-table, you miss things. So if you were winning $15 an hour at one table and you went to multi-table and you kind of kept the same pace, you'd probably win maybe 25 or 20. You wouldn't double it because there's going to be things that you would miss out on. And those that are playing 10, 12, 14 tables, it's completely, a goat rope. Now I didn't bet it there for a reason. I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to waste a lot of money. Now I got the nuts. He may have the nuts too. So I'm just going to make him pay a little bit more. Oh, how could he pay me off? There he is. He did have the ace. That's why I slowed it down completely. So I'm going to sit out here. I want to thank everybody. Again, send me an email. My email's on the chat there, alspath@alspath.com if you want the written lessons. Add me at Skype, al.spath, if you want to be in the free Skype training, which is going to be on Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern. And of course, subscribe and follow me at YouTube. It's Al Spath. And I appreciate everybody that came in this morning. This is me signing off on September 11th. Take a minute of your day to think about those who lost their lives 14 years ago. I appreciate that very much. As someone that served for 24 years in the Air Force and lived in New York, near New York City, it means a lot to me. I hope it means a lot to you.